So much has happened and I still have like 600 pages left of this book. Oh my god, wait, I'm losing my mind right now. Holy shit. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, she is here. I finally have it in my hands. It's thick. I can't believe it's here. Almost 2 years worth of waiting and it is finally here. Oh my god. Obviously you've already read the title of the video, so this is going to be a reading vlog. This is going to be spoiler filled. I cannot wait to talk about this book. It's going to be insane. So, if you have not read ACOTAR, or the entire ACOTAR series by Sarah J Maas, if you have not read the first 2 books in the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas, this is going to spoil everything for you. So, if you have not read those books, I am sorry, but you will need to read those books and then come back and watch this video. If you have read those books and you, like me, are waiting to read this, then let's just get into it. We all know. I started reading it last night and I got 140 pages in, which is only this much. She is a thick book. She's 840 pages long. But so far, we haven't really had any reveals. Bryce is in Prothean. She is with our amazing crew of the ACOTAR family. At the moment, Nesta and Bryce and Azriel are currently in some sort of cave system underneath the human city because Bryce escaped herself, as she does, because she's queen. So that's what we have so far with Bryce and the gang. Ruin, Baxian, and Hunt are all still in the dungeons beneath the Eternal City, getting absolutely tormented and tortured by Pollux, which is not great. And just the last thing I read from Hunt's point of view was that Adius and Apollyon, the Princes of Hell, just spoke to him and they just realized that like Bryce is not in hell, and they don't know where she is. So that's where they are currently. Tharian, I don't know what his deal is. I really don't know what he's doing. But he, as we know from the last few chapters of House of Sky and Breath, he gave himself up to become one of the Viper Queen's fighting people, like slaves essentially. And Ethan, Declan, and Flynn, Tristan, Ethan, Declan, and Tristan are trying to figure out how to save Ruin and Hunt, how to get Bryce back, and how to help Tharion with his situation. Then we've also got the alpha wolf that Ethan rescued from the astronomer, who has now been named Sigrid. Interesting name, but okay. And have discovered that she is actually Sabine's niece, which means that she is Danica's cousin. And Sabine's a bitch. I think it was Declan who shot her face off, which is great. And one of the last scenes that we just had with that gang was Lydia, the Hind, has just said that she needs their help to rescue Ruin and Hunt. That's where I'm at. So much has gone down, but like not a lot has happened, if that makes sense. The chapters are split into like different perspectives. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of annoying me because I feel like we're just jumping around everywhere. I get why she's done that. I get why Sarah J Maas has done that, because it makes sense. Because like everybody just wants to read about, you know, Bryce and Rhysand and stuff like that, and Azriel, and finding out if, you know, her and Azriel are mates and things like that. So I get why she's done it the way she's done it. My hair is an absolute mess, I'm so sorry. So I get why she's done that, but at the same time I'm like, could you not at least like split it into actual chapters instead of having like 5 or 6 different scenes? jumping back and forth between different characters and different places in the one chapter, because that's what's getting like not confusing, because everybody's in such different places that it's not hard to follow. That's where I am. I'm on page 140, chapter 13. But the end papers of the book are absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this. Anyway, I'm going to go and read this now, and I will talk to you when I have another update. Okay, so I'm going to apologize for the fan blowing like crazy, but I need it because it's hot. But we just had so much like world lore dumped right now. So I am now 225 pages in, and we just got a massive dump of world history, essentially. So we've just found out how the Fae came to Midgard and how like Bryce is connected to it all, and it was what we were all thinking, but it also wasn't what we were all thinking, and now I'm just like in shock. And Ethan was stupid and made a deal with the Viper Queen, and now I'm pretty sure that he has just killed Sigrid, which I don't think was in the plans, so that's great. And Baxine just had to bite off Ruin's hand. So now as he handless, they're also still stuck in the dungeons. So much has happened, and I still have like 600 pages left of this book. It's too much. I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm just know that I'm like freaking out right now, okay? Okay, so I figured I need to stop my music. Hold on. I figured it's now time that I should probably give you an update, considering as I'm now like 330 pages into the book. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that Bryce is already back in Midgard, and that she didn't stay very long in Prothean. But that is to say, the book is still 800 pages long, and I'm only 300 pages in, so a lot can happen. I'm not very happy with Bryce at the moment. The fact that she just awoke in Astari in the pit of some random cave. Well, it's not even a pit, it was the prison. The fact that the prison used to be the dust court is... I feel like somebody had said that already, but I'm not sure. We also have confirmed facts that... oh my god, what is it called? The world from Throne of Glass. We have confirmed that it is in at least part of some of the Fae who now live in Midgard. I feel like we already kind of knew that from House of Sky and Breath, but just like having it confirmed by Selene, who was the daughter of Thea. And that whole sequence of events, I'm just shook. Then also I am very pissed off at Bryce for just willy-nilly awakening in Astari. She knew, I bet you she knew that it was an Astari before she even like opened the coffin. Nesta and Azriel both tried to stop her and she didn't listen to them. It is just so frustrating because like she knows what type of thing they are. She knows how bad they are. So why the freaking hell would she unleash it in Prothean? And just, if we don't come back to Prothean in this book, I bet you whatever they did there is going to have consequences for the next Lord of Thorns and Roses book. But I don't know. I literally only just read Court of Silver Flames like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've forgotten everything. I can't remember if they got the crown or not. I don't think they did. So there is still that. I don't really know what's going on with Ethan right now. My phone is going off. Hold on. My friend has just... she's just gotten to the part where there was the other Astari. Very funny. I don't really know what's going on with Ethan at the moment. I kind of hope that Lydia died, but she hasn't. No, that sounds bad, but like it would have been like dramatic, you know? But I don't know, there's just so much going through my mind right now that I'm just like, I don't know what I'm processing at this point, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless still. But I will say that I am a little annoyed at Bryce right now. She's not my favorite person in the world. That's my update that I have so far. I'm reading this a lot quicker than I thought I was going to because it took me so long to read Crescent City. Like it took me like an hour to read like 60 pages of it, whereas this, it's actually, I'm at my normal speed of 100 pages an hour. Yeah, we'll see how this is gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna finish it tonight. I might finish it tomorrow, but we'll see. I just been talking for like 2 minutes and I didn't press record. So it's the next day. I am almost 400 pages into the book. I'm on page 390 and we have had some revelations. The first being that Lydia has twin sons. I don't know how to pronounce one of their names, but the first one is Brannon and the other one, I keep wanting to say his name is Acetone because that's what it looks like, but I know that's not right. Reunion scene between Hunt and Bryce, I did not like. I was expecting like a big running towards each other at the end of like a hallway style thing and throwing each other into their arms and, you know, that type of thing. And all we got was Bryce walking into a room and saying hey. The reunion scene between her and Rune was definitely a lot better. I have a bad feeling about Rune. I don't know why, but there is just something in me that is saying that he's not going to survive, and I'm going to be really, really upset if he doesn't. And also, we are now traveling to Avalon? Wherever Cormac was from, that's where we're now traveling to. I feel like this book was just like a whole big lead up to that. Not gonna lie, but I'm still enjoying it nonetheless. I am devouring it so quickly, way much quicker than than The Earth and Blood and Sky and Breath. Like those took me a while to read, but this one I'm flying through it. I don't know if it's because like I'm already invested into the world and so I know what's going on. Also, Ethan is now working for Jessica. Oh, and we found out about Jessica. She is actually the priestess from Pathos. I feel like we all kind of like knew something along those lines was going to be it, but at the same time, I'm still like really shocked about it because like it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. Also, there was a line at the end of Earth and Blood that suggests that Jessica actually knows Hunt's father. And then earlier on in Flame and Shadow, we got, I think Pollux or Apollon or whatever his name is was mentioning Hunt's father, saying that like he was bred for something or other. I'm not entirely too sure, but I feel like Hunt's dad's going to come into this. I don't know what I'm thinking he's going to be involved in as of yet, but I'm really hoping that it's not like, oh, he's actually the descendant of Peleus and Polius, whatever that king's name is, and all that sort of stuff. And I'm also really hoping that we go back to Prothean because I just feel like there was too many things left unsolved there, or unresolved, is what I should say. But yes, that's my updates. Bryce is kind of annoying me at the moment, I'm not gonna lie, but she has her reasons, but a lot of what she's doing is like, she'll be doing certain things. Oh, I don't know why I'm pretending to like not tell you, but like a lot of the stuff she's doing is reminding me of what Aelin would do, where like everybody else is saying that she's doing this one thing, but she actually is doing something else. When Bryce was with Nesta and Azriel and her hand wasn't healing properly, and it was actually her like peeling the scabs off to like sent her blood everywhere so that the Midgard worm would come after them. And then just like this whole entire thing with like her going to her dad's place, like teleporting back to her dad's place, wasn't just like, you know, accidental, it was on purpose. I'm like, this bitch is gonna confuse me. But anyway, I'm going to go and read now. I also need to charge my camera battery really badly, so I'm gonna do that as well. It's been a few days. Unfortunately, the last couple of days I've had a really bad spell of anxiety. So I haven't done any reading. And a lot of stuff has happened, so I want to quickly talk about that. Yes, it's now Sunday. I think maybe it was actually Thursday when I last spoke to you guys. Since Friday, I've had some just really bad anxiety, and I've really honestly done nothing for Friday and Saturday. Yes, let's talk about what's happened so far. Both of the Fae Kings are dead, which was not expecting in this book. I was anticipating it, but I don't think in this book. Hunt was essentially just like bred for Bryce, which I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of doing like the whole mates thing. Like, I guess it's just kind of reaffirming that yes, Bryce and Hunt are mates, whereas I was kind of really hoping for Bryce and Azriel to be mates, but I guess I should have like realized that when like nothing was mentioned when they first met. Yeah, we have that. Bryce is really annoying me at the moment. She's keeping everything hidden. Yeah, Bryce is giving me Aelin vibes by like keeping everything a secret and not telling anybody until like whatever plan she had is done and finished. Tharian married Flynn's sister. I'm not entirely too sure why, because I feel like that's just kind of like gotten him in the same position, like he's still stuck in like whatever situation he was in before. Yeah, just an update from my vlog.
Talking about the book and your somewhat mixed feelings.
Yeah.
You haven't finished it yet though, so you're not allowed.
No, but I'm just like talking about what I think about it so far and like what's happened. I really don't know how I feel about it.
Wait until you finished it. And then...
It's definitely more than a 3-star, but I don't know if it's like just like a 3-star or 3.5.
Maybe the book's been overhyped.
I feel like a lot of it, especially with the ending of House of Sky and Breath, a lot of the fans would have been, like me included, would have been like desperate for like scenes in Perithian and scenes with the people from ACOTAR, and we didn't really get that. We only got like maybe 100 pages.
So it sounds like it was never her plan, but people probably grew it at proportion.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And like there's been so like we didn't get like the really big happy reunion scene that I thought we were gonna get between her and like her mate. And
post it. It'll be controversial. What is
no,
that?
I've seen a few people who are like, yeah, it's a bit.
It sounds like it's definitely just been overblown.
I think it's been overhyped.
Overhyped, yeah. Absolutely.
But I mean, this is the first time where like somebody has done like multiverse shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like as much as I don't know. With what I read from the last line, it seems like it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just so many things that she's done differently. Well, not differently, but just like so many things where I'm like, I probably wouldn't have done it like that. Like I thought this is it. I thought there would be like more fan service stuff. But there isn't.
Again, it sounds like to me she's always planned this, and
oh yeah, she plans stuff like years in advance.
She's not going to write based on the surprise popularity of the second book. She's going to write like how she always envisioned.
Yeah, she's got 4 more books planned.
In the same.
I don't know if it's the same series as this or if it's the same like ACOTAR, the Court of Thorns and Roses series. Because I know that the next book that she's publishing is going to be the 6th book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series. Because that one, even though it's got like the 3 main books, there's also the spin-off following the main character's sister as the main character. And that's going to have a trilogy of its own. But it's still going to be put in like the Court of Thorns and Roses series. So that one has at least 2 more books to go.
All you can do is wait, I think.
Yeah, but it takes so long to write books. I mean, like, granted, she did have a kid.
She might be faster now. Let me finish that book. See what happens.
Yeah.
Or you can make a conclusive. And I reckon do a reread as well.
Yeah, I will, but that's
You're taking it out of the shop right now.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that the ending is going to be
satisfactory.
Just like big. A big boom. Because so far, it's been like leading up.
Look like that.
I don't know, because like so far, like it's just been like leading up to something, and I'm like, I know Sarah J Maas can write like a lot of shit happening within the last like 150 pages of a book, but like I only have like 200 pages left of this book. And the big thing that I'm expecting is going to happen probably isn't going to happen. And so I'm like, this book really was just like set up.
Well, at least that means another book come.
I know, but like, I just feel like we probably could have had more time exploring like the like history and like the different aspects of like what we're finding out in this book. I feel like it could have been dragged out a little more, or at least explored a little more.
Not enough depth there.
I don't know. There's just something about it where it kind of feels like everything is a little bit rushed. Not so much like timing wise, but more like plot wise. But also probably timing wise. Well, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I'm gonna go and read now.
We're all seeing that word, right? We all know what that word is. That word right there.
Holy shit. I'm trying to understand what this means. The bastardized version of her true name, Word, we called her in that old world. So the goddess of fate in the Crescent City world is from the Throne of Glass world. But what type of goddess? Oh my god, my brain... I can't right now. It can't. As you do, just casually destroy the Underking. I love how like people just rock up and they're like, you can't do this because I'm the head of this house. Oh, and I'm the queen of this or the prime of this. And everyone's like, wait, what happened? I can't believe they got married and we didn't even get to see anything. Like, when the fuck did that happen? I know that there's meant to be something really sad that happens on, I think it's chapter 99, and I've now just reached chapter 90 and I'm not prepared. I have like 100 pages left of this book. Oh, I'm running out of battery, fuck.
I'm filming on my phone because my camera just ran out of battery and I don't want to stop reading, so. Oh, fuck, run. Oh, fuck, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, she's from... Wait. Is Lydia from fucking... Wait, Brennan, wasn't that the name of Aylin's father? Oh, fuck, now my iPad's losing battery. Oh, God. Oh, my God, wait, I'm losing my mind right now. Holy shit. Wait. Shifters were the Fae. The shifters were the Fae. And now that they have the antidote, they are able to have access to their full powers. Lydia is a deer shifter. The stag is from... Is Aylin's father named Brennan? It has to be. I need to go and find this. I knew it. Okay, so it wasn't Aylin's father, but he was like the first Fae that like fell in love with the god, and thus like it's Aylin's family tree. Fucking knew it. I knew it. Okay, I need to keep reading because holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is insane. She's fucking related to Aylin.
I did it. I finished it. It was good. Although it definitely feels... I need to stop yelling. It feels like it's a finale. Like we're not going to get any more from this series, at least. There's definitely an opening for the next Court of Thorns and Roses book. I can't believe it's finished. That was a crazy, crazy whirlwind. I need a moment to process. I will talk to you when I have a moment. Alright, so it has been a couple of days since I finished House of Flame and Shadow, and I want to talk about my feelings and how I thought about the book and just give you my final thoughts and a review. So, ultimately, I feel like this book had a lot going for it, but it just didn't hit the way I thought it was going to for me, unfortunately. One of the biggest issues that I had throughout this book is that Bryce did not seem like Bryce. Her personality had a really weird change, and I'm not sure if I liked the way that it went. It was just, there was the scheming and like the keeping plans hidden and all the sort of stuff like that, that just reminded me a lot of Aylin, and just that's not what Bryce is to me. And then we also had how she treated Hunt after they were rescued from the dungeon. She completely disregarded Hunt's like PTSD and all of his anxiety after everything that happened to him, and was just like extremely selfish and just didn't seem like Bryce at all throughout this entire book. And it really threw me off, as you guys would have seen. So there was that aspect that I didn't like. I also didn't like the fact that the relationship between Bryce and Hunt felt very stilted and awkward. There was just something about it that just did not seem genuine. Like, they were constantly talking about how they love each other and how they're like their mates and their husbands and wife and all that sort of stuff, but then when it came to like their actions, they never really, it was never lovey-dovey. Like, it was just really hard to see them fighting over something that just like they shouldn't have been fighting over, especially because Bryce herself had gone through such a traumatic experience, especially when Danica died. For Bryce to completely disregard Hunt's feelings after being rescued from the dungeons, it really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And so that's definitely taken this down a lot in terms of star ratings. The other thing that sort of took away from my enjoyment was the fact that we kept on getting involved with Ethan and Tharian and like their journeys, and I really could not care less. Like, I felt sorry for them for everything that they had gone through, don't get me wrong, but I just really could not be bothered learning about whatever they were going through. Like, just, you did what you did, you make your bed and you lie in it, essentially, is what I felt like we needed to happen. And it just, we spent so much time dealing with them, and ultimately their plot points didn't have anything to like do with the rest of the story. Not to mention the whole big climactic scene we didn't even get to see. Like, I was expecting to have a battle between Bryce and each of the Asteri, and then we never ended up having that. Bryce just managed to shoot the first light core, and then that was it. Like, it felt very anticlimactic and just like, I don't know, like, it was all just too easy in a way, especially with like it took Bryce, Azriel, and Nesta to kill that first Astari they found down in the pits of the prison. It took the three of them to be able to kill that Astari, and then Bryce manages to just do it all on her own. Like, yes, she does have more powers, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, it just felt too easy, unfortunately. And the relationship was just so stilted. The relationships between everybody felt stilted. The only ones that it didn't was between Ruin and Lydia. They were honestly my favorite part about this entire book. And I really, really wish that we could have gotten more about Lydia and like how she found out about her bloodlines being from the Galathinius bloodline back in Aurelia, how Danica found out, where Danica found out that information, how Danica and Lydia came across each other for Danica to be able to even give her that information. Like, where did Lydia get the ring from? Like, there's just so many instances that I felt like should have been put in this book, especially because this being like the multiverse book, you know? Like, there was not enough multiverse stuff in this. I understand that, like, you know, A Court of Thorns and Roses is its own book. You know, this is its own book. I get that. I understand that. But I just feel like there should have been more, just more, I guess. Like, we should have found out more information of like how, I don't know, I just felt like everything was really rushed, and I felt like this whole entire book is only like a week long, and it did not feel like it. It felt like it was at least a month. For a week, for all of this stuff to happen, it just doesn't make sense. It's like not possible. And it just, oh, I don't know. It felt really, really rushed. Like, I really wish we could have had more interaction with the ACOTAR gang. I wish we could have had more information, or at least like it to be drawn out more, so it wasn't just put in this one big monologuing sequence. Like, that was a rather cheap storytelling way to like get out of like a more interesting way of explaining the history of the world, is just to like dump it in a monologue. And I just feel like, I don't know, there was just something about it that like, it was interesting to read about, but I was also bored at the same time. That's unfortunately how I felt, especially with that whole monologuing sequence. I really don't know what else to say about this. Unfortunately, this is only going to end up being like a 3.75 star rating. It's not going to make the 4 stars. It's definitely not going to make the 5 stars. It felt too different, and it didn't do what I wanted it to do, unfortunately. I was honestly expecting more from the multiverse stuff. Like, I feel like that's what we all wanted, and she didn't give it to us, and it kind of feels a bit like a letdown, honestly. Like, we should have had that, and we didn't get it, and it's sad. Because now we've got to wait goodness knows how long for the next book in the Crescent City series, and it's probably not even going to follow Bryce and Hunt, because their story, honestly, has wrapped up like perfectly within this book. From where it leaves off at the end, it is wrapped up in a nice little bow, and there's like nothing else that can go wrong. The next couple of books are probably going to end up following other people, which honestly I don't care. I really didn't care about Tharian. I really didn't care about Ethan and his whole issue. We already knew that he was going to become the Alpha, or at least the Prime, or something along those lines. We knew that was going to happen at the end of Sky and Breath. We had that feeling, and then for it to just be dragged on throughout this entire 800-page book, it just felt annoying and redundant, because like there was no need for it to be dragged on like that. And ultimately the whole thing with Sigrid just ended up going nowhere. It was just like a little stepping stone to get Ethan to being the Prime. I feel like there could have been a different way to go about that. And ultimately, just like the whole thing with Sabine, we all knew that was going to happen. It just took too long to happen, honestly. I feel like there was just different ways that she could have gone about it, and I feel like it would have been better, but I don't know what. So I did have a good time reading it, don't get me wrong. It sounds like I'm really hating on this book. I'm not. I really, really did enjoy this book, don't get me wrong. It was just a disappointment for me, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, it's been a couple of days. I think it's been two to 3 days since I've read this book, and I do feel like it has been a bit of a disappointment. And I just wish that there was, like, this is, I think, I could possibly be wrong, but I think this is like one of the first times where multiverse stuff has crossed over properly. Like, I think the Brandon Sanderson books, like, they do kind of like cross over slightly with like the Cosmere stuff, but I haven't read that, so I don't really know. I think it might be like just like ever so slightly crossed over stuff, but like this is like the first time, at least that I have read, where it's like actually properly crossed over, and it just, we didn't get enough. We did not get enough. And just like, the whole stuff about the shifters coming from Aurelia, like, we didn't really get to explore that very much, and I really, really wish we could have. Like, that would have been good, because like now we know that Lydia is from Aylin's line, so where does that leave Ethan? If he has like snow powers, is he related to Dorian? Like, is that where that goes, even though Dorian's not like the Fae? I don't know, there was just things that I wish. That's what I have to say. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Let me know if it was up to your expectations or not. Let me know what your thoughts were. I need to talk about this with somebody, because I need to know. I need to know what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments. Follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. No, not my Twitter. No one uses Twitter anymore. Instagram and TikTok. That's where I'm going. I will see you guys in another video later on.